you know.
Oh, I know. And with all that being said about Giannis, go Suns.
I do want Chris Paul to get one. I do want
Chris Paul, and dude, the Suns coach,
Monty Williams. Yeah.
I've been hearing, the story, his story and everything about everything with his wife and the kids, and I don't know. Do you want to go into that at all, or?
Sure. I mean, I haven't seen anything about it.
So there was, I don't remember how many years ago it's been now, maybe 3. But there was a woman who was high on meth, I think it was. She, went head-on collision with Monty's wife, and I think he's got 5 kids, I believe, and I think 3 were in the car, maybe.
Wow.
And they all went to the hospital. That woman died, his wife died, but his children were okay.
Oh,
they survived.
God.
But his wife died. And then, so I watched a video of his eulogy at his wife's funeral. And I mean, this guy is the most he is Christ-centered.
Wow. Okay.
Big
I'm definitely going to watch this.
Yeah. Check it out. Cause I mean, you can tell his faith is super strong. And then at the end, what he said was, we have 2 families we need to be praying for. Mine and the other woman who died. Yeah. So that family's going through a lot right now. Dang. I was like, that takes a pretty big person.
Yeah. I mean, that reminds me of the person who I'm kind of structuring my speaking engagements of. It's Chris Singleton. Now, I don't know if you remember him, but his mom was one of the 9 who was killed inside a church in South Carolina in Charleston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he ended up playing professional baseball, but it didn't work out for him. But speaking professionally, he's doing really well. But, his thing that he's known for is love is greater than hate. So obviously the person that went in and killed those 9 people in the church was obviously displaying hate, but he feels, he's on a mission now to just get rid of the hate. He's trying to, I mean, if you're looking at like a politician trying to keep, each state red or blue, he's trying to literally go and just give as many speeches as possible and erase the hate. So, and he was, the first thing he basically talked about was forgiving that guy.
That's exactly what Monty said too.
Yep. Yeah, immediately. It was like that night, I think he gave, he was on ESPN 60 Minutes. I feel like the next day he was talking about forgiving the person. I was like, man, that is, and obviously we know if you're Christ-centered, that's what you are called to do if you want to live life that way and follow Christ. But obviously here on earth, humans,
it's not easy.
No.
Oh, man.
I still remember someone stealing my pencil in middle school.
Still unforgiven?
No. I mean, I don't know. Probably not. No, I haven't forgiven them. You know who you are. No, I'm sure. But it's just, it's hard, man. And I'm not really good at holding grudges, but I love pencils. But but it's something that's pretty crazy. I'm gonna watch that, man. And obviously last episode I shared my book. I want to kind of start talking about stuff that I am doing or currently watching or whatever. Yeah. So obviously I'm watching Yellowstone. Everybody's like, you gotta watch Yellowstone. So I'm watching Yellowstone, even though it interrupted Snowfall. I'm watching Snowfall right now. It's a story about how crack cocaine was, I guess, created in the 80s, and it's a great show, great series, and I have a special tie to that just because that drug trafficking was in my family, so I kind of can relate a little bit, and it's just a good show. But I'm making it a mission to read more books as well on top of that, and eventually I want to read. I've never read a fiction book.
What?
Well, I guess I've read Holes in first grade. Outside of Holes,
really,
everything's nonfiction, biographies, self-help books about Christ and Christianity. That's about it. So my plan, and Chris Lane, who was on the show, God bless him, he gives me more homework than my professor right now. But I have these line of books I have to read before I can go read my first novel. But eventually, that is my goal. Everyone is to read a novel and ride 100 miles, one of those two. So we got to get that going.